Hello, welcome back to the Pride Pod here on Loud and Proud Orlando. We're here to talk all about Orlando Pride and their latest result, a 1-1 draw against Utah Royals as they were back in action. But we got lots more to discuss. I'm here with my good friend, Luis Carlos Pineda. Luis, how are you?
Doing good. Glad to be back with some NWSL action for sure. A little disappointed on the result against Utah. I think it could have ended. Clearly, this is a team that after Setner left the team, was a little bit underwhelming playing them, but they surely display a lot of resilience, a lot of courage. They really fought hard, and Orlando could only get a draw. So we'll discuss all of that. I know that we have some points on the table, so make sure that you are dropping your comments as well. I know you want to talk about the topics coming up today, John.
Yes, indeed. So, of course, we're going to dissect the draw against Utah that was last night. We're then also going to talk about Brazil and winning the Copa América Feminina for Angelina and Marta. Some news today coming out about Ali Watts, who's been traded to Denver Summit. So, we're going to talk about that. Racing Louisville as well, who's our next team. We're going to preview for next Saturday, as well as do our score predictions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be a packed schedule indeed today. Do we have any comments yet? Nope, no comments yet. You want to start talking about the game against Utah, John?
Yes, indeed. Luis, I gotta say, overall, I was let down by this
Yeah.
game, and I think I posted that on social media. You named this episode "Epic Letdown," and I was thinking, was that harsh? Am I being too harsh? But I think a lot of the fans they
Yeah.
were excited. We were excited to watch Orlando Pride again because it'd
Yeah.
been so long, and we were playing Utah. And I understand that everybody says NWSL's a very even league, and there are no easy games. But you're playing a team that is bottom of the table at home. We all expected a win, and that first 20 minutes, Luis, it looked like they were the team in second and we were the team at the bottom of the table. They started really,
Really
really
strong.
badly. Sorry, yes, Utah started strong
Yeah.
and we started really badly. What are your thoughts on that opening sort of 20 minutes?
Well, I mean, I just feel like there were early defensive lapses for the Pride. Anna Morehouse positioning error without Tanaka. Tanaka had a massive game. I think one of the best games Tanaka's had in the NWSL in a long time. A long range chip to catch it off guard and then gave the early lead, and then it really, like you said, it looked like Orlando was a visitor. And it's just the team is just even Seb said that the team wasn't themselves. They were struggling even to connect some passes, and Banda wasn't herself either. There weren't a lot of opportunities, and then again, um, in the second half, I feel like the Pride kind of got a little better. They created multiple opportunities with Jackson and Banda, and I feel like Jackson should be a starter in the team. But Orlando again couldn't capitalize, couldn't find the goal. Um, a lot of key misses. There was a shot for Bond in the 46th minute that I wrote here, and Justice also. There was one shot that Justice cleared that was pretty good from Utah. Um, the Utah goalkeeper was massive too. She had really good saves, but again, you know, even though Martin and Angelina were with Brazil, and then Carey and Ali were out due to injuries, and there were some forced lineup changes. I feel like it should have impacted the cohesion this team had, and it looked like they were not a cohesive unit. It seemed like they've reverted, or I don't know if it was just they're still on vacay, but it just seemed like they weren't that pride team that will play by muscle memory essentially.
I think rusty would be the
Yeah.
word I would use. And I think I think also they're just very sloppy, and like that first half, we just were not connecting passes at all. And I feel like it wasn't just this game, Luis. That's something we saw in games before this. And I feel like over the 6 weeks, I was hopeful that this team was gonna, really work on that and get down their attacking sequences. Like I wanted to see an Orlando Pride that it was obvious what they were trying to do. And in this game, I just there were so many backwards and sideways passes, Luis. We were not really that aggressive in the first half at all. We weren't passing well, and then when we were passing backwards or sideways. Occasionally we get the long ball up to Barbara, but we've seen that. We've seen that so much, and teams know how to cover Barbara on those single runs on her own all the time, and they're doing a better job of not allowing her to, run riot on them. So we have to be better in possession. I mean, we're second ranked in the league, champions last year. We're playing Utah. We need to be the ones dominating possession. And that first half, really, we did not look like a team that knew how to go out and dominate the ball. And I think that was very disappointing to see. And it was also just it was not exciting, Luis. You starve these people for that long, and it just was really a very flat-footed, disappointing first half.
Yeah, I just feel like they really watched the tape of the Pride scoring a bunch of goals. Last year on them. I think Orlando scored like six on them or five of them. I believe last season. So and they are a better defensive unit. They've demonstrated against a top team like Orlando. Sornosa, Nagai, Tanaka, very good in the mid. I think better than the Pride. I feel. Also, Mia Justice. I think she was tremendous. Um, Also, they were doing some of the kind of like the dark arts, getting a yellow card for delaying a free kick, things
Yeah.
like that, using tactical fouls to stop the game. So there were time wasting, being a little bit disruptive, but Utah has improved. I feel like they they are they had the highest goal differential of goals conceded, but now they've gotten better. I feel like they've definitely improved. I just feel like they maybe Utah didn't win because Orlando's substitutions truly sparked the offense of Orlando, and that's how they got the draw. I think Simone Jackson made the attacking third alive for Orlando. At some point, I felt like if she wasn't gonna come in, it was gonna just we were gonna take the L. Believe it or not, it just didn't seem like we were going anywhere. And then I was really pleasantly surprised by Priska. I'll be honest with you. She that's the Priska I think every single person wants to see. Somebody that is able to be decisive in the right moments and coming off the bench and scoring the equalizer in the 73rd minute. It was tremendous. It was a good moment for her, and I'm happy for her. But again, it wasn't enough, right?
Yeah, and I agree with what you said. I think there was very, rough tackles coming in from Utah. They were trying to make it difficult for us to get any flow. The ref was, you know, the ref. Let's not go into that because it's always bad in NWSL. Um, Also the rain delay, like it kind of helped us because we were in such a bad situation at that point. Like we needed that time to kind of reset, as Seb said. But also from a viewer point, from the fans' point of view, it just was very stop start the whole game, and it just didn't really have any flow to it. And I feel like that favored Utah and really did not help Orlando Pride at all. And then there for this, and I didn't really see, what the game plan is. I mean, could you tell, Luis? Like, were we playing 4-2-3-1? Was it a 4-3-3? Like, at times Haley McCutcheon looked like the most further forward of the three midfielders. Morgan Gautrat as well. did not have a good game in my opinion.
It just seemed that there were some of them were rusty or still in vacation mode. It just seems
I think
like
we have three very similar midfielders out there doing the same thing.
and also
I feel like which one of them was supposed to be the one further up the field doing the Marta role? Who was doing that role when she wasn't there in this game?
and I also feel that probably the players will want to hear this, but I kind of feel like maybe they underestimated Utah as well. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
they said, hey, just by doing the minimum, I can get by. And it really didn't pan out their way. I'm glad that Priska had her moment. Let's watch her goal real quick here.
Yeah, she had a great
Uh,
goal.
right there, she does. See, look at that run right there, and a beautiful pass. No, and Priska's already the Coolio haircut.
I like it. It's cool. I also want to
Yeah,
say I enjoyed how excited Priska was in the press
yeah,
conference and just like how much joy she has and like
yeah,
you could obviously tell that scoring this goal meant a lot to her and
100%.
that she's been working hard to try and figure out how she can contribute and be that player that she was like you said, Louis, she was so effectual and she made that run, and she shows that determination. But it was interesting, Louis, because we've talked a lot before about what happens when you put Banda and Chalufia up front together. And like Seb, clearly because of the game state, because we were chasing the game, he threw like four attackers on at once. So you had Simone Charlie, you had,
Yeah,
Chalufia, you had Banda, you had Simone Jackson, and that was just like too much. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of like, okay, but like I've seen um Sporting KC play like that at times this year with literally like a 4-2-4 almost. And
hmm
they'll start a game like that and be that aggressive all the time. So maybe that's what we need to do instead of like, coming out conservative. Let's just come out with four attackers on the field. Barbra and a partner next to Barbra is way more for them to deal with than just Barbra on her own. So I feel like if teams are having too easy a job of dealing with our attack, we need to put more pieces up there for them to deal with. And that's what happened in that second half. And it was just too much.
Also, Priska, I'm happy for her and her moment, but she lost the ball a bunch of times on the 1v1. Like,
Yeah, she
and
does.
I know this is gonna sound, I
She
know you
tries
probably,
stuff though. So I
probably,
don't hate it.
probably people are gonna say, Lewis, you're being too harsh. And look, you've seen how, with the speed, how Banda can dribble past defenders. Priska attempts to do it. She has the speed. And not only that, I feel like she's stronger than Banda, like physically imposing. So if she would just stay an hour after practice, just doing 1v1 drills with her teammates, if she gets to master the dribbling part, she'll be unstoppable. She'll be one of the best wingers in the NWSL because she has the physicality, she has the stamina, she has the speed, and she just needs to work on that because I forgot the name of the left back for Utah. Every time Prisco got the ball, she'll try to dribble past the left back, and she'll always get the ball back, and Utah will go on the counter. So it's just one of those things.
Rabano.
Yeah, Robana. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the Spanish left back. Yeah.
yeah. So she'll and if you look at Robano and Priska physically is like twice her size. So it's just
Yeah.
if she would learn or maybe improve her dribbling.
That's why I feel like she's more of a striker than a
Me
winger.
too. I feel it too. You
I
know.
think you put like Banda's better. Like, put Banda
Yeah.
out in the wing and play Chilufia up top. Like that in some ways makes more sense because Banda like just runs at people and can have that space on the wing. Chilufia definitely feels like more of a nine, like a physical presence that can finish, but maybe isn't the best dribbler.
Yeah. Of all sad words, it says I got yelled at for tweeting that we were playing like shit at the beginning of the game. So yeah, Thank you of all sad words. She also says it helps that people can hold her like they're dancing on prom night without getting a card. There you go.
Yeah, that does happen a lot, I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
But I also feel like Barbara sometimes does go down too easy, so it's a little bit of both. Like the reffing, I mean, they looked at that. I've never seen a VAR review take that long, Luis. What were they doing? They not only did they not call it on the field as a penalty, but they let play go on for like another 3 or 4 minutes. And then after that, they call it back. And then they go look at the monitor for like 5 minutes. And then after all that, they're like, oh, it's not a penalty anyway. So
I
it was
think
wild. I've
I
never seen
think be
just
honest with
more
you,
incompetence from the referee.
I think it may be a technical issue because how long did the VAR took at
I
the
would hope it is because
no,
no way are they looking at it for that long.
because I just feel it's something with the cameras or something because how long did it take at OCSC? I mean, it took a long ass time in Leagues Cup. There's something going on there maybe that we're not being told, but it's just too recurring that all VAR for men and the women are
Yeah,
taking too long. Is it the feed? Like something's happening because sometimes, especially in the press box, the internet will cut in and out.
yeah.
So it could be one of those situations. It's more of like a technical thing.
Mm.
It says here, of all sad words, I picked a great game to black out. Elizabeth says Jackson, Banda, and Charlie. I think that's a good trio right there.
Is is Simone Charlie like a winger? Can she do that?
Yeah, yeah.
I
I think she
guess
could do.
maybe.
I mean, she has a better 1v1 dribbling ability than Priska.
She had that little spicy moment outside the box there.
Exactly.
That was
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
really
That is.
nice.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, she's like dribbling past defenders. That's what we
I
need to
like
get
that. Yeah.
to get the momentum
Also,
of
just
Banda.
the joy in this game. Like I got as much as we complained about the result and how bad the performance was, there was a lot of happy things in this.
100%.
Simone Charlie definitely Priska's
100%.
first goal at home.
And
Um,
Luana, man,
yeah, like free Lou
tremendous.
or Lou is free. That
Free
all of
Lou.
that is
Bada
so
Baines, Lou.
wonderful to see her come out on the field and get all that recognition. The flowers that Anna and the Zambians got at the beginning of
Yeah,
the
I
game,
know.
recognition for their international play. There's
Chanda,
there's a
the
lot. I
fave.
mean, we're in second place. Like I don't want to sit here and be super depressing, but this game was a little depressing. In fact, it was a lot depressing for some people because we gotta beat Utah, bro. We gotta be
I
beating
know,
Utah,
I know.
And every time we lose a game like this, everybody's hopes, we lose a little bit of hope, I think.
This was her worst game, says Elizabeth. Over 100 turnovers. I agree with you, Elizabeth.
Yeah,
100%.
this was
You're on
bad.
point.
This was a bad
100%.
one.
Yeah, it was a bad one. I just felt like, maybe they were still
I mean,
on
it's
summer
it
vacation.
did feel a bit like that, yeah. I mean, that's the downside. That was the fear. What my fear was, Luis, that we were gonna come back from the 6 weeks and look like that, and we did. Like, we haven't seen anything different, really, apart from the players that came back from injury, that came on the field and changed the game. Outside of that, the first half was a lot of the same problems that we've been having, like the Racing Louisville game. It reminded me of that the same way. We're doing the
Yeah.
same things, and I didn't want that to be the case after such a long break.
It was good to see Viv again. It was good to see Simone Jackson with a
Yeah,
new haircut. It was good to see also Rafa.
yeah,
Was able to get the shot past Viv. That is just, look at that. Like she cannot even, like
yeah.
she's too fast. Now, do you know what that black, was it like a compression
The what?
sleeve or something?
Who had that on?
Like there's three players. Like
Oh
Rafa had
yeah, a
it,
bunch of
Viv
them.
had it,
Anybody with a
Corey had
leg,
it.
if any of them have like a leg thing, they
Yeah,
wear, yeah, in the comments. But it has to be said, another Anna Morehouse blunder. I, she can't be off for a line like that. Yes, it's a great finish from Tanaka, but I
yeah.
think she studied that. I think Tanaka
That's a
has studied
giveaway.
that Anna
Yeah,
drifts off her line. So all of our D mids were playing with their back they're all playing facing our goal. No one was
Now,
facing their goal.
now look at this. This right here should be a goal. I mean, you're talking
Yeah,
about two imposing players. Yeah,
doesn't make that
that was
crazy
that was gonna be a goal.
clearance on the line.
Like she's even
Yeah,
surprised. Like, yo, I just did that. Like,
there's one that if she's, I would like to sign her one day. I rate Kate Delfava
yeah,
a lot.
100%.
She's
Yeah,
very good.
I'll bring back Cornier.
Who knows? Who knows what will happen?
I'll bring back Corniak and Peterson from Racing Louisville.
Are we done on this game? I don't have anything else. I do think actually one more thing, justice, like you said,
Yeah,
for your first ever game. Like,
yeah,
what are you
she's
doing? She's
tremendous.
crazy. That's
She's
crazy.
insane, man.
She's I see what he's playing.
I'm
Look
just
at
kidding. I'm
him.
just kidding,
He's
guys.
kidding here. I do think Elizabeth is a point though. Like Priska, that we got to see it more often, right? She could be really good for this team, but we need more. We need more from everybody. Honestly, we need all of the attackers, all the midfielders, defense, just
Yeah.
about good enough. I would say at the moment, right? They are doing their job pretty well. Anna's mistake, is the outlier.
Well, a tactical comparison between Seb Hines and Jimmy man, I'm gonna kill his last
Kunritz?
Kunritz. I was gonna say cornrows.
I think it's Jimmy Kunritz.
Conrads. Okay, Jimmy
I don't know.
Conrads. Obviously, Hines substitutions worked. I think when it came to Morgan and Haley, I think Haley out of the two was the best one. Julie Doyle, Adelima, Summer Yates, they weren't as influential.
Mm.
And I think Barbara again, yes, it was not the best game for Barbara, but she's also carrying the attack. I mean, you could definitely tell. I mean, the attack will spark from Barbara Banda. You take Banda out, who's gonna carry the ball like she does? And that is something we need to definitely take a look at for the next game.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's talk about something a little bit more exciting, Louise. Marta and Angelina, of course, lifted the Copa América Feminina, beating Colombia on penalties 5-4 after an epic 4-4 after 120 minutes. So Marta in this one, the GOAT, really, again. I mean, before this, Luis, in previous episodes, I was talking about I'm waiting for Marta and Angelina to really step it up in this competition. And then Marta has done so over the last couple games. And in this one, she really bailed out Brazil to keep them in it with a late goal in the 90+6 minute and then the 105th minute as well. So yeah, your thoughts on this epic win?
Look, I'm just happy that it sucks for Colombia because they really, aside of Brazil, they are a country that right now it's really pushing for women's sports in the region. Their league and their players, the viewership and the sponsorship, the league in general has grown tremendously, and they have players in really good teams. It's just I feel bad for them, that they took the L here, but I guess Brazil was not gonna take number one this game lightly. Uh, and they claimed their ninth continental title. Definitely, Colombia took the lead 3 times. It shows that Colombia is a team that is not messing around, and in the World Cup, they're definitely a threat. Definitely going to be a threat for a lot of the big teams in Europe. Um, about 25,000 people in that stadium. So the growing popularity of women's sports, especially in this final, has been tremendous. Um, And the moment that I stay with is Marta had a massive blow with Brazil. She couldn't really achieve the a pivotal moment lately with her national team, and life has rewarded her not only to win her first championship with the Pride last year and the double, but now winning this probably her last title with the national team. Um, I don't know if she's going to be going to the World Cup, but if she's not going to the World Cup, this is probably the one of the big last titles she's going to have with Brazil, and for her to just at 39 to be a defining figure of the final, it was breathtaking. It's just the leadership and the way she performed under pressure, making it so easy in critical moments when her team trailed, and how she motivated the team was impressive. And not only that, it's just when Brazil won, one of the first things Marta did was go to the Colombian players that were just devastated and just console them. Just be like, hey, you guys are after me. You guys are doing it for women's sports. I am proud of you. We're gonna, we take the win today, but you guys have many years of possibly dominance in the region, if you guys keep going this way. So that shows the type of person Marta is. And I'm just so happy for her. And I'm just proud that she is such an important part of Central Florida as well. And she represents us so well. Um, I couldn't be any happier for this championship, this Copa American championship for Angelina and Marta, because they've been very influential for the Canariña in this tournament.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it was an epic game, Luis. Like I said, 4-4, back and forth. Some crazy moments in this one. Marta's goal, like insane. Angelina had a really nice penalty as well. Both of them missed their penalties in the shootout.
Yeah.
Just kind of a negative, but no one's going to really remember that. I think everyone's going to remember Marta's 2 goals, one of which was an absolute banger. I don't know why Colombia are leaving her unmarked like that for that long. She's going to punish you. And then the other one, that incredible like flick touch that she did where the ball comes down and she always like rolls it off her leg into the ball.
Amazing.
And that was an absolute delicious finish. So yeah, Marta really came up trumps in this one and put Brazil on her back once again to get them the win. I want to share something with you, Luis. We had a few comments here about the reffing. I think they're probably talking about this, which is the craziest non-red card I've ever seen in a game. I mean, the Colombian player pretty much straight up headbutts her.
Headbutted.
She
Yeah.
she drove off the ground full force, slammed her head into the side of the Brazilian player's face.
She's a defensive tackle.
This is a rugby tackle. Like in
It's a
rugby,
rugby tackle,
they
right?
would sin bin you for this in rugby. Like no
Yeah.
lies. This is intentional. This is egregious. This is a straight red card.
Yeah, it's a red
This is
card. Yeah.
banned for 5 games, in my opinion. This is banned for 10
Wow.
games. Like that. Come on, Luis. This is straight violence.
No, 100%.
There's only one objective she's trying to do there. So to call that a yellow card is the wildest thing I've ever seen. Just crazy. Just crazy.
And the craziest part is that no one in the Ecuadorian League, women's Ecuadorian League, or anywhere else that's even in Colombia, they play like that. Like that's a red anywhere you go. Which I think it's tremendous how this wasn't called off. It just seems that, a lot of people are saying that there were some dark arts there, that they didn't want Colombia to be down one player because they wanted to be competition. And I think Colombia wanted to take this one no matter what. But that to me should have been a red.
That's crazy.
Yeah, tremendous.
I mean, the reffing was questionable, but this was the peak of badness here. So
100%.
despite that, Marta and Angelina get the W. They get the win. and Marta,
they just stay so composed, especially
yeah.
Marta.
Did
It's like what?
do you see Lacey Santos's
Yeah.
150-minute free kick? That was insane. I mean, it was just this game of like back and forth. It did not end. I was trying to keep up with it whilst at the City game, and I looked out at my phone. I'm like, what? Like 3-2, 4-4? What's happening in this game? And then when you watch the highlights back, it's just you can tell that if you were watching it live in person, you would have had an amazing experience. But the key point is that once again, our Brazilian players, and this is like a trend for us, Louise. Like the summer comes, our Pride players go off and they come back with trophies. Last summer, Emily Sams went off with the national team for USA, comes back with a gold medal. Anna Morehouse just came back with a win in the Euros, and now Marta and Angelina in Copa America. So great to see the Pride players doing so well on the international stage. This is also the fourth time, Louise, that Marta has won player of the tournament for the Copa America Feminina. So just, you know, adding to the GOAT legacy that she already has. All righty. Next piece of news, Louise. And this is a big one coming out today from ESPN writer Jeff Kassoff, who is well known in the NWSL world. I don't know if you've ever met him, Luis, if he's ever come into any games, if you've ever met Jeff, but he covers the league very well. And he has reported that Ali Watt has been traded from Orlando Pride to the 2026 NWSL expansion team, Denver Summit. And part of that is mean that she's been loaned back immediately to the Orlando Pride to finish out the season. Of course, Denver Summit doesn't even play in the league yet. They will be starting their first season next year. So this is a trade that we've done now, but obviously Allie won't be physically leaving us until the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean 75,000 in expansion allocation money, which can be spent through the end of 2027. 37,500 in transfer funds, the salary cap relief. I mean, Ali Watt's been an important player for Orlando. She came in the dark times of Orlando Pride in 2022. And she certainly played a huge role in the 2024 NWSL Shield and in championship wins. I mean, she was just a tremendous player. Not only that, she's a great locker room person. And I think she's going to take definitely a leadership role, shaping. She's going to take a little bit of what she's learned from Sab and the Pride to Denver, and I'm just happy for her. She's already played in the Courage. She has the experience playing the Courage, playing the All Rain. And she also played for one of the biggest teams in Australia, Melbourne City. So. Happy for her. I mean, I couldn't be any happier now. Obviously, we need bodies, and I still feel she's a very important part of the puzzle for the Pride. So I'm just happy that again, the club making was best for the club, but also was best for the player. And knowing this front office, they're very forward thinking, and that's one thing. Again, overall, men and women, they follow that pattern, and I think this is great for Ali because she's going to be taking a big leadership role in a league that she already knows, and she knows what to take, what to do to win. Especially, she's already demonstrated with the Pride, and she could inspire, young athletes to play at a high level there in Denver. And I think you told me, John, she's from Colorado, so it just
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
She's from Colorado Springs. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, like everything you said, Luis. I also think it's very cool for her to potentially go and be the face of a new franchise, right?
exactly,
Like be that,
tremendous.
representation of her home state.
Mhm.
I think whenever a new franchise appears in a state that doesn't have one, the players around the league that are from that place are often like, hey, it would be really cool to go back and play for my team. Um, Her time in Orlando, Luis, she's done okay. She's not scored a huge amount of goals. Obviously, last year was her most impressive season for us. She got 3 goals and 4 assists. So I think people who were concerned about like, are we losing out on a lot that Ali Watt has been contributing? She has been a good, rotation player, but she's never really been someone that we, rely on for a huge amount of goals and assists contribution. So definitely someone that we can replace. And I think I think she should walk away from Orlando Pride as known as one of our favored players, especially her time, last year. Anybody that was in the squad for last year should always be remembered fondly as bringing a double championship here to our city. So, Allie, I think it's the right move for her. It's the right time in her career. She's going to be, in a place that she obviously is from and wants to be. It makes sense. I think Haley is getting things lined up so that we can maybe make some moves this window, Luis. I know we've potentially, I think we're looking at a signing coming in, maybe getting this trade deal done now is part of that so that we can have the flexibility to use that money in this window.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could see Engen from Norway, or maybe Alicia Lemon. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe a new winger is incoming. Like we kind of, we just talked about, we've got options there like Simone Jackson and obviously many other players that are coming in. Like Simone Charlie could play there, Chilufya, etc. So we have a lot of wingers. I don't know if they're going to try and replace Ali directly right now in this window, but it seems to me there's a reason why we've done it now, and it just this didn't wait until the end of the year. Maybe because they wanted to announce it before then. I don't know.
No, yeah. There's definitely going to be some moves happening.
I also want to say that this is not officially announced by the club, nor is it officially announced by Denver Summit. So we're going off Jeff's word here.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's a reputable guy, so I'm trusting him.
What are the odds of ESPN botching that?
That would be a big botch by Jeff.
Yeah, that'd be a huge botch. Yeah,
he's like I said, he's got a good reputation.
Yeah, so it says here we need a left winger. There you go. Closer, says Elizabeth, closer to fiance. There you go. It makes more sense. Yeah, yep. She's says I've seen a lot of soccer, but that one was new. LMAO. Yeah, tremendous. No, I'm happy for Ali. And
yeah,
I'm glad also that the team is expanding.
Gonna miss her like energy and her smile and just like her general vibe, though. She always 100%. Brings the vibes. She's killer vibes. I mean, love it.
I love her.
So much fun always with Ali around.
Yeah, her press conferences. She's short and to the point. She doesn't like to spend too much time, and she's such a spark of. She's such a positive person. So
she's a straight shooter.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Ali, and we'll enjoy the rest of your season here with us, and then wish you luck as you get to be part of a new franchise in Denver. So it'll be very exciting. All right, Luis, it's time. Let us talk about our next opponent, Racing Louisville on Saturday. Your initial thoughts on this lineup, or this matchup, I should say.
Look, we have a little bit of a competition with Racing Louisville.
A little bit of beef going on here, isn't there?
Yeah. So right now we've faced each other 10 times since inception. 3 wins for Orlando, 3 wins for Louisville, 4 draws. So Orlando is unbeaten at home against Louisville, and Louisville has won all 3 encounters in Kentucky. So it needs to stay that way. It's been a competitive nature recently, either by narrow margins or late goals. So right now, clearly, every time they face each other, there's a lot of friction. There's a lot of animosity, especially from Taylor Flint and a lot of the players, Emma Sears and Kanu as well. Kanu had a great goal, against Orlando. So, it's going to be every home game after this last draw against Utah, this upcoming game needs to be a win for the Pride. I think for the fans, and I think also to still stay within the top three, top four of the league. So, um, so it's a vulnerable team defensively as well, but it is going to be a very competitive match because um, they kind of want to beat us, and they can beat us if we decide to play like we did last game. You know, so
Yeah, I think they
um,
definitely will beat us if that's.
they're a little bit inconsistent. They lost 4-2 to Kansas City Current. They also um, beat Utah 5-1. So they have some inconsistencies, but again, they have a high pressing style. So that's something that right now for us is been costing us. So hopefully in this game, Sab is able to, we see maybe some of the players like Elizabeth said on the comments, maybe Charlie and Jackson and then Band up top could maybe be a difference maker from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, Racing Louisville, they're in a weird run of games here. They played KC, then they played us, then they played KC, then they play us. So I kind of feel for them in some ways because that's pretty brutal. But they're much more enjoying playing us than they are KC. I mean, they lost 4-2 to them, they beat us 2-0, and that was right before the break. Now this weekend they've lost 2-0 to Racing, sorry, to Kansas City. I feel like, Luis is I think we're going to fall into that trap again. I think Racing Louisville, are going to come and cause us problems. I mean, we saw what Utah were able to do. I think Racing Louisville have a lot more about them. They're a lot more aggressive. They're a lot more, like you said, Luis, high pressing and on the front foot. So it's going to cause us problems, and we need to be smooth with our passes. We need to retain possession when we get the ball back. If we constantly give it back to them, especially in our own half, they're going to punish us. They're good enough to do that. So this is a team, like you said, Luis, this is a bogey team for us. The last three appearances, they got the better of us. We need to figure out, or Seb and Co needs to figure out what we need to do differently against Racing Louisville from the last time we played them. We
They
can't
enjoy
fall
beating
into this.
us.
Yeah, and I think we're going to fall into the same trap again. Like the way that we played against Utah is exactly what Racing Louisville want from us, and they will punish us even more because they have better attackers and they are just a better team. So yeah, I don't think they care that it's in our house. I don't think any of that matters to this team. They're going to come and they are going to press us high, and they're going to be aggressive, and we need to retain possession, Luis, and we need to assert ourselves in this game, or else I feel like it's going to be a similar opening half to the Utah game.
Yeah, 100%. This is a game in which it could be a turning point in momentum for the Pride. Kind of getting back on track, especially in front of the fans,
I
and
hope so.
and again, it's going to be a tough team, a team that has been definitely been bringing it to us. I remember how they celebrated when they beat us 2-0 over there in Kentucky as if they won the championship. Uh, and a lot of the former Pride players too. They were like excited to beat the Pride, and that's something that should fuel the players. We need to see Anna in top form. We need to see Banda scoring a couple goals again. So Seb has a lot of work to do when it comes to facing a really tough squad like Racing.
Yeah, I agree. I think we need to produce, Luis. We need to produce. So that's the most important thing. We know what the Racing Louisville team has got about them. We know their strengths. Let's see the last game, the lineup they played. Of course, we know Taylor Flint, Sears, etc. They got Weber out there, Borges, just one.
So
Probably be back as well. So they got a lot of good players. but for me, it's how they play as a team.
Yeah.
They're some of their parts, right? They're not a team that relies on stars. They're a team that relies on hard work and graft, and they play for each other and they defend as a unit.
So I just asked ChatGPT about who could win this upcoming game, and I'm going to read it verbatim. It says
Mm.
Orlando Pride's superior form, home advantage, and defensive strength makes them automatic favorites. Their
Well, I don't
unbeaten.
know what Chat GPT's
Yeah, it
been
says,
watching
look,
recently.
look, it says here, like, Louisville's high pressing style and attacking threats like Kanu and DeMello could create chances, but the defensive frailties may be exposed. Expect a competitive match, likely decided by a single goal. Predict the score: Orlando Pride 2, Racing Louisville 1.
Yeah. Um, I
AI
see
is
it.
going to take over the world. AI is going to take over the world.
uh,
Skynet.
I love that. Let's talk about yeah. Elizabeth says nope. I agree. I think AI is wrong. All right, let's talk about lineup. I created a lineup, Luis, for a little bit of fun.
I don't know if
Um,
Marta will play though, but hey,
yeah. I mean, let's have a look. So Anna is probably still in goal. We could look at putting Corey Dyke at left back right now. Obviously, Carriabello's injured. Carson didn't have the best game. I think Corey played
yeah,
pretty well when she got moved over there.
yeah, me
And,
too,
and bring in Zara Shavashi. I mean, Zara's played really
100%.
well when she's played games. So I trust her to get in there. If Rafa's still coming back from injury and you want another center
Yeah,
back, you could move Emily out to right back. These are all options. Angelina and Haley, if they're ready, I mean, if Angelina and Marta are ready to go, in my opinion, are our best two D mids, who I want to see in this game. I want to see Simone Jackson start. I don't think they will, but I would love to see it. And then let's put Barbara and Chalufia up top together. I just hit my mic.
yeah. I would put Charlie and Banda,
Okay,
and I'll put
Charlie
I put Chalufia. I put Chalufia
on
on
the
the
bench.
right, and then just have Marta rest because I mean she just came from Brazil. I
Would
think
you rest Angelina as
I
well?
wouldn't rest I wouldn't rest Angelina. I'll play
Okay,
Angelina.
all right.
I just
Yeah,
I
I
just
like
want
that too.
I just want to see that. I think Charlie was great as a compliment for Bandit, and
Yeah, I think
I love.
Julie had some moments in this game as well.
Yeah, she has some moments, but I mean, she wasn't as incisive as Charlie was when she
Yeah,
came in Jackson. So
I mean, this is us and what we think you could do. I mean, there's let's say for example that Marta is in there, and we're gonna
yeah,
do the 4-2-3-1.
yeah,
I think
I think that would be nice too.
at a minimum, I would like to see something like this.
Or
Maybe
maybe
the
Luana and Haley McCutcheon.
maybe the wingers are different. I'd be shocked if Luana starts a game.
That'd be amazing. To
I
be
think
honest
just
with you,
Luana coming on the field at any point will be amazing.
I'll mark out for her. I'll be
Yeah, I
like,
don't. Whatever Luana does this season, I will
yeah,
clap and applaud
yeah,
because
hundred
her
percent.
journey back has just been incredible.
It's
So
tremendous.
I'm
Yeah,
excited for that moment when she gets back on the field. Yeah, wingers are the main thing for me, Luis. Is like, who do you play on the wing? We got so many options. I would love to see Simone start. I think that would be exciting. She's really shown that she's got a lot about her.
yep, 100%. It says Carrie will be back. Says Elizabeth, Simona, and Banda. Marta will want to play. I'm sure, but I would rather have Marta throughout the rest of the NWSL season. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they might feel like it's too much. I don't know.
too.
It's been a week.
I think it's too rushed. A little
Yeah.
bit.
I mean, Carriabello out last game reported with thigh. Oyane out with knee. Ali Watt out with ankle. I don't know if Ali Watt is. I'm assuming that's got nothing to do with this transfer rumor. Then she is actually out with ankle. International duty. Angelina and Marta were out last game, but of course they'll be back. So yeah, maybe Carey will be back in action. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna. I'm not. I
it's a
think
possibility.
Ayane. We'll see. We don't know how long they're going to be out for. But yeah, we're down a couple of fullbacks at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. I like this lineup though. I mean, I think is
I think
especially the three up top. I think it's exciting.
this is actually like a kind of realistic lineup you could see.
Yeah,
Like
true.
Simone Jackson would be the only one starting there that would be really surprising.
Yeah,
If you had a lineup of Corey Dyke, Strom, Travoshi, Sams, Angelina, McCutcheon, Jackson, Marta, Doyle, Banda, I think that's reasonable. I think
yeah,
that could
that's
happen.
good.
It's a mix of the old and the new.
100%.
So yeah, I just want to see that level of attacking play when we were chasing the game at the end of last game, Luis. That's what we want to see
Yeah,
from the beginning of
100%.
the game. And I think we shouldn't have to go down and chase the game to get to that point. Let's start out aggressive.
Yeah, let's do some score predictions. Says we need to stay aggressive to stay into the four. Says Elizabeth. Thank you. Um, you want to do score predictions for this game?
I'm ready.
All right. I mean, look, I said it was going to be a 4-0 win. Unbelievable. No,
No,
you
I
said
said
it
it was
for,
going to be 4-0.
and I
I
said it through.
was maybe that's me
Uh,
putting myself setting myself up for high expectations and
all right, Racing
being let down.
Louisville, Orlando Pride. 2-1 Orlando. Now, I do want to say it's this whole entire weekend is full of soccer. If you're an Orlando City fan and you just happen to stumble upon this podcast, go check out the Pride. They're playing on Saturday. Let's pack Inter and Co. And then there's food and bars around the stadium too, that are pretty good. You can is within walking distance. And then the Sunday you got Orlando City against Inter Miami. So, um, what about you, John?
I'm going to go
2-2.
I'm going to go 1-1 draw again.
1-1.
Yeah.
All right.
I got to see some spark from this Orlando Pride team, man. I want to see,
That's right.
I want to see us
Dominate.
sort of make a little bit of I don't know, like a resurgence. I don't know what the word is, but
100%.
we are obviously this season we started out pretty well and it just seems to be slipping away. So we need to start turning the ship around.
100%.
And not only just the results, the performances like we've talked about. We need to see better performances.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we need to see that spark from last season. We need to.
And maybe Marta winning Copa and coming back is what we need. I don't know. Maybe having all these players coming back from injury is what we need, Luis.
Yeah, maybe Rafa, Marta, and them telling them, "Hey, let's not give up." The difference to I think winning Shield, I think far fetched,
I think
because
that's a little bit
yeah,
unrealistic.
the difference
We have to win
is,
like every game.
yeah, the difference is too big with KC, but I think to win another NWSL championship, we're still on the run right there. We just got to show a little bit of more of that grit. Now, knowing the front office next year, guys, wherever it goes, this team is they're gonna compete. They're gonna make a lot of moves. And I'm sure they're gonna be really good players, even competitive.
I feel like we rolled with the squad from last year,
Yeah,
and that not on like a risk, but like it was. Let's see if we can do it again with the same team. And there was always going to be some
yeah,
differences. Like it was never going to be like KC are having the year that we had last year this year. I'm
hmm
like it's not you're not going to be winning every single game every
correct.
season. We're still in second place. We're not out of it in terms of the playoffs at all. No way. We just need to turn it around and make sure that we're in form at the end of the year.
Yeah, 100%. Anything else you want to add, John?
No, just thank you everybody for listening as per usual. And let's vamos pride.
Yeah, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Loud and Proud Orlando, LP underscore podcast. Again, thank you for your support. It's definitely, we appreciate you. About 40 people watching us live. So we definitely thank you for that. Make sure that you're telling everybody that we are the podcast here for Orlando Pride. Let's spread the word. Drop us a comment. And again, thank you guys for your support. We'll see you guys this weekend. And Vamos Pride. Have a good one, guys.
Vamos pride.